Hey guys, this is Tamika. Welcome back to my channel, Inspired by Destiny. As you can see, I'm out here just enjoying the view, just spending time in God's presence, listening to some worship music, and just looking at his creation. It's just so amazing. But I just wanted to take the time to kind of do like a very, very brief Bible study with you guys. And it's going to be about the topic intimidation. And you know what? I'm not even going to lie. I did struggle with this for quite a while. I always used to think of myself lower than other people, used to think that I was nothing, that I wasn't worthy to have a position or to be anybody. And I was always intimidated. Even to this day, sometimes when they give me parts in church or when they tell me I have a special, I'm like, why couldn't you have chosen somebody else to take the part? I'm pretty sure you could have found somebody who sings a lot better than me, who preaches a lot better than me, who worships a lot better than me. Why did you choose me? And you know what? Sometimes we have to stop doing that. We have to stop questioning why does God choose us to do certain things, because we're putting a stop to God's plans. We are doubting his greatness, that he can be the one to shine through us and to use us and to mold us and to transform us and to just be able to speak to other people through whatever situation that he places in us. So we have to stop doubting him and stop asking questions. Lord, why did you put me, or why did they put me? And stop being intimidated by everybody else, because God gave us our own individual anointing. God gave us our own individual calling and our own individual purpose, so that we can be able to share our gifts and our talents with other people, and God is going to use us in a certain way. So we can't really compare ourselves to other people. So we can't continue to compare ourselves to other people, because God gave us our own individual gift, and everybody's gift is different. Everybody's talent is different. And if everybody was the same, I mean, it would just be the same thing. But God created us individually for a reason. So we have to be able to take confidence in the gift and the blessing, that God has given us. So in 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, it says that God will never give you the spirit of fear, but the Holy Spirit will give you the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. And we have to remember that. Why are we scared? Why are we afraid? Why are we fearful when God is with us? If God is with us, then who can be against us? God has equipped us in every situation that we are facing. He has equipped us to be able to conquer everything. So we can't be intimidated by the little things. We can't be intimidated by the big things, because you are basically underestimating God's power, and you're basically putting to shame who he is if you're afraid of things that are not him, basically. And in 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8, it says that we have to be watchful. We have to be sober-minded, because the enemy prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he can devour. And so, yeah, we do have to be watchful. We do have to make sure that we are aware of the enemy's mechanics and his devices that he can try to use against us to make us intimidated. But it doesn't say that we have to be afraid. It doesn't say to be afraid. It says to be watchful, but we still have to stand guard, and we still have to know who is on our side. And then it also says that it's a roaring lion. It's a roaring lion. So we already know when a lion is roaring, then all of his prey knows that he's coming after him. So we know that the enemy is coming, because it's a roaring lion. So with that being said, we should know that that's the enemy's job. Like, we should know that he's already going to come after us. He's already going to try to intimidate us so that we won't do God's will. He's going to already try to speak down on us and tell us that we are nobody, that we can't do it. We can't do it on our own. He's going to keep throwing that negativity at us. We should already know that that's his job. That's what he's going to do. But in the book of Isaiah, I don't remember what chapter, but it says, do not be dismayed. I am with you. He won't leave us. He won't forsake us. He's not going to leave us to the lions. He's not going to leave us. He's not going to leave us for us to get devoured. So we're going to have to keep our faith. We're going to have to continue to walk in faith and continue to believe in God and believe that he's going to overpower our fears. And you see, if we look back over our life and we see so many opportunities that we miss, and so many decisions that we regret that we didn't take because of fear, because of intimidation, because of being afraid, being scared, being worried, or worried about what other people are going to think about us. And there's so many steps that we could have taken that we are going to regret. And we shouldn't wait until we get old and just think back over our life. Man, I wish I would have did that. or I wish I could have, I wish I should have. We don't want to get to that point. We have to live without fear, live without regret, and put our faith and put our confidence in the power of God. And you know what's sad? What's sad is that, unfortunately, there's some people who will be happy to see you fall, and happy to see you down, and happy to see God not doing anything in your life, or you just sitting down, not doing anything, you just being comfortable. There's some people who would just be happy to see that you failed. And unfortunately, we have to take a stand. I mean, we have to not care about what other people think. That's another thing that chained me, that was a stronghold over my life for the longest, was caring about what other people think, and by what they thought was how I live my life. Oh, I can't do that because, oh, so-and-so might look at me strange, or I can't do that because so-and-so might say something. But all those years that I've just wasted, just worried about how so-and-so and so-and-so said, or what they did, or what they were thinking about me, were wasted. And now I finally got that point. I finally realized I have to live my life now. We have to stop living our life through other people, because that's exactly what we're doing, is living our life through other people. Whenever you're stuck on what somebody else is going to think if you do something, when you're stuck on, oh, okay, I can't do this because so-and-so is going to think this and this and that, so I'm going to do it this way. So when they see me, I'll be okay. Well, that's basically living your life through other people. You're having them take a control over your life because you're afraid of what they're going to say. And again, you can't compare yourself to other people either, because, like I said, God gives you your own ability. God gives you your own power, your own might to overcome things in your situation. So we can't base comparison, or we can't compare ourselves to other people, because that's just going to lead the spirit of intimidation on. And it says in Romans 12:3, not to think highly of oneself, that God has dealt to each one a measure of faith. God has given each one of us a measure of our own grace, our measure of our own faith, a measure of our own power and strength. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody grew up differently. Everybody grew up under different circumstances. So what you may be able to face, I might not be able to face it. God has given you the grace, and maybe has given you the ability to forgive a situation, or to overcome a situation that if I was in your shoes, I might not be able to do that. So we can't put ourselves in somebody else's shoes, or compare ourselves to somebody else's ability, because maybe they fought for what they went through. Maybe they prayed. Maybe they had a death in their family, or maybe they've been through a lot in order to get what they received. And maybe I didn't. So I can't compare my situation with somebody else's, thinking that I deserve their gift or their talent. I don't know what they had to go through to get that. I don't know what God has in store for their future in order for them to receive it. So I have to be just content, and I have to be satisfied with what God has given me, and not put and not compare myself to that person's situation. Again, if you see that person, if you think that person is greater, again, that's just going to cause the spirit of intimidation to continue on and to proceed in your life. I say all of that. Again, I wanted this to be just like a little short message, but I say all of that to say, let's not be afraid anymore. Let's not compare ourselves anymore. Let's not be intimidated. God is with us, then who can be against us? And it already says that all things, not some, but all things are going to work together for the good, for those that love God and do according to his will. So let's just place our faith in him and believe that he's going to bring us through our current situation. And to not continue to place fear on the things that God has called us to do, not to continue to place fear on the purposes of God, and not to put a stop on the destiny that he has in store for us. Let's go ahead and take that leap of faith and get out there and stop wasting time. Stop being afraid. Let's just go ahead and just do what we got to do. And if you have some friends out there that you can surround yourself around, who are for you, who can lift you up when you're feeling down. I have that in my life. Whenever I feel down, or I feel worthless, or I feel like I am not worthy, and I have my friends that can just quote spiritual scriptures to me and just be like, you know what, you are somebody. You can do it. You got this. Calm down. Take a breath. Go pray. Just put God first. Put God in your vision. Keep your focus on God, and he'll be with you.